Dear students, in the previous class, we have seen the procedure that how this uh, virtual work problems are solved, and then we have seen uh, some of the examples that where we can neglect the work done by the particular type of forces. So these are the points which we have seen. Let us see it in quickly. Uh, Study the geometry and points of line of action of active and reactive forces and moment. Give virtual displacement or rotation. Discard the efforts of forces producing zero work. Calculate the virtual displacement or rotation of known forces and moments corresponding to the displacement or rotation of unknown forces. Compute the non-zero work due to each component of effective forces or moments. And finally, take the algebraic summation of the above work done and determine the unknown components of forces and movements. So this is the generalized procedure, and these are the examples that some forces do not produce any work and should be discarded. So these are the forces like tension in the extensible string, axial force in bar, weight of bar when its CG moves horizontally, reaction between the body and smooth surfaces, reaction at frictionless hinge, friction on wheel during its no slip rolling. Now let us try to apply this procedure while solving the problem. Before that, this stability, let us try to understand the concept of stability of equilibrium. All of us are aware, dear student, the concept of potential energy and kinetic energy. For the single degree of freedom system, we are considering, suppose a system here, a single degree system, having V as the potential energy and theta as the generalized coordinate. Following are the conditions of equilibrium. Now we have a system here, a rod, pin joint at a support, and it is suspended at another end. So if we give the generalized rotation, generalized coordinate as theta, rotation theta, what will happen? It will acquire another position at this point at some angle theta. And we know the definition that in a concept of definition of potential energy by virtue of its position. So what we get here that in case of the stable, this is the condition of stable equilibrium. You can see that it will acquire a stable condition at a certain time. It may swing for some time, but it will get a stable condition. And that's why if you see the in the graphical representation with respect to the position of theta at pi by 2, the value of this potential energy is minimum 1. But when we reverse this condition that we apply the support in the lower end and we keep this upper end free, then you can see that while giving the any displacement in terms of theta, angular displacement, it will not remain in the stable condition in either side, right? It may fall like this or it may fall like this. So that's why the potential energy at this particular position when theta is pi by 2, it is the maximum one for the unstable equilibrium. Similarly, when we provide the support in the middle, then again you can have that the displacement may be like this in the angular way, or it may be like this, right? So that is the neutral condition that it may be stable or it will remain in this vertical position because the support is in the middle one. So this is the neutral equilibrium condition. So these are the conditions that dv by d theta is equal to 0 in all the conditions, because all these are the conditions of equilibrium. But for this energy, when we are finding the taking the double derivative of this potential energy with respect to its generalized coordinate, then this value for stable condition is always positive. This one for unstable it is negative, and in case of the neutral one it remains 0. The value remains equal to 0. So what is the, in general, that the potential energy is found to be minimum for stable equilibrium, maximum for unstable equilibrium, and constant for the neutral equilibrium. Let us try to understand this concept of equilibrium, dear student, by using a simple marble on a smooth rigid contour. So this is a contour, and on that contour at different position we are considering the marble. So you can see here at position A and D, it may move marble. If we give a motion to that, then it may acquire a motion here, it may acquire a position here, or it may acquire a position here, right, in between this. But after swinging in this position, it will come back to the condition, right, at point D, and at point A it will come in the stable condition. Whereas if we consider this point B and C, you can see that it cannot remain in this position so far. It will slip down, and for this C it may slip down in either side, right? So it will not remain in the stable or the equilibrium condition. Whereas for this point E, it will remain at its position, right, in the steady one, right? So you can consider it as a position of point E as a neutral one. So this is how the marble at point A and D, it is in the stable equilibrium condition. Marble at point B and C, it is in unstable equilibrium, and marble at point E, it is in the neutral equilibrium. So conditions, already we have seen how the energy, potential energy changes according to its type of equilibrium. Now let us try to solve the problem by applying the procedure, whatever knowledge we have gained till now. So this is a simple mechanism given, and we have to find out the magnitude of this couple M necessary to maintain the equilibrium using the principle of virtual work. Now this is the visualization is the most important part, dear student, for these problems, that when the force P is applied towards right, this part move, M will move in the downward direction, isn't it? And when we are reversing the direction of force, it will move in the anti-clockwise direction. So when we try to understand the geometry of the figure, and we try to give the virtual displacement to this point, what we get here, that from the geometry of the figure, the horizontal component of A, that is what we get with respect to this position, that xa is nothing but summation of all these distances, that is a cos alpha plus a cos alpha plus a cos alpha, that is 3a cos alpha, and del xa is nothing but derivative of that, that is equal to 3a sin alpha del alpha. Here 3a is constant one. Similarly, when we try to write down the equation for the total work done, here work done will be the work done by this force, active force P, and work done by this movement, right? So here we have this del U is equal to 500, this active force, into the displacement, virtual displacement, force into displacement, plus this movement M into the, again its rotation around angle alpha. So that is how M into del alpha. So when we try to solve this problem, this bracket is misplaced, dear student, kindly correct it. So it should be here only, right? So when we put down this value of this del, right, del xa, this one we have already taken out the value. So 500 into this minus 3a sin alpha, and this plus m del alpha. Just here in this equation, replacing this value of del xa and solving the problem. This bracket is not required. So what we get, the value of m is 1500 into a sin alpha. Now in the problem we have got the value of alpha as 40 degree, and a is equal to 0.75 meter. So you can do your own calculation, students, and can find out the answer. You can check even the answer. So in the next same contest, we have the another problem, a tong, right? A fire tong is given, and we have to find out the force P exerted by each of this jaw, right? When the force of 273 Newton is applied at the another end. And these are the distances given which will be useful for finding out the relationship, right? Now little consideration, we have to imagine here that this jaw will move in the upward and downward direction, right? When it will moving in the downward direction, right? And this one is moving in the upward direction. So according to that, this link will take the position, change the position of vertical displacement of this in the same context, right? As this one is moving, getting some displacement, in the same way, this will also get the displacement. And according to that, we will find the correlation between two, right? So what will be the vertical displacement of point D? That equal to the vertical displacement or work done at uh, this point, right? Vertical displacement at this point. So work done by this force and multiplied by the vertical displacement is equal to the work done by this force and the vertical displacement. So let us see, this is how the vertical displacement of D away from the central line, that is x, we are assuming as x, is equal to 225 sine theta. So this you can see, dear student, this side is 225 and this vertical displacement x, that is equal to 25 sine theta. So del x is nothing but the derivative of that. So that is equal to 225 cos theta del theta, right? Cos theta d theta. Similarly, when we consider the vertical distance of jaw by applying the force P, by applying the force from the central line, that is equal to 100 sine theta. Where what is 100 here? 100 is this distance, right? From this pivot point A till this point, line of action of force P. So this vertical distance is 100 sine theta. So what is del x? Del x is nothing but the derivative of that. So 100 cos theta del theta. So by using the principle of virtual work, again equating these two equations, what we get, that force into the distance, right? F 273 into distance is equal to this force P into its vertical distance, right? So that is equal to, that will only P is the unknown in this equation. So getting the value, doing the calculation and getting the value of P, you can cross check your answer. Now we have another problem here, that a beam supported on two identical rollers, each of radius r, is moved up at an inclined plane by the application of a force P acting parallel to the plane. If the weight of the beam is Q and the weight of each roller is W, find the force P needed for the equilibrium. Assume no slip between the rollers and the beam. So frictional force we have to neglect. Now here again we have to visualize that when this roller is moving at some distance vertically, right? It is giving this uh, rod twice of that because these two rollers are there, right? So when we try to visualize that part, that how this roller or W is moving vertically, right? This one is moving in the upward direction, right? So when we are trying to analyze in the terms of vertical distance, let each roller move up by the plane, or move up the plane by distance x. Now the beam will move up the plane by double x, right? Twice x. Two rollers are there. So the vertical displacement of each roller, we can easily find out this vertical displacement, right? With respect to this right angle triangle, this angle with the horizontal is alpha, so it will be x sine alpha. Similarly, the vertical displacement of the beam is 2x sine alpha. Now equating to the work done, that multiplying it with the force, what we get here, P into 2x that is the force applied on this beam into 2x is equal to Wx sin alpha plus Wx sin alpha, this work done by this roller weight, and the work done by this beam weight, self weight, right? So this is the relationship, dear students, we get in between the P, that is value of P is equal to Q plus W into bracket sin alpha. So by changing the magnitude, we can find out the value of P. Similar problem is here, dear students. Two blocks of weight W1 and W2 resting on smooth inclined planes are connected by a string passing over a pulley as shown in figure. Find the ratio W1 W2 for the equilibrium condition. Now here again we have to visualize that when this roller is rolling in the downward direction, this one will move in the upward direction, right? So that is the concept. And again, since it is inclined plane, we have to find out the again displacement in the vertical displacement. Now the load W1 is vertically displaced by this vertical displacement in terms of the delta uh, the distance delta s and the sine alpha. So we can see that this is the vertical displacement, right, for this right angle triangle, and here also this is the vertical displacement we get. Now one is moving in the upward direction and the other one is moving in the downward direction. So sign of this block which is moving in the direction of force, it will be positive, right? And the one which is in the reverse direction, W1, it will be negative. And by simplifying the equation, we get the value of the ratio W1 by W2 is equal to sine of beta upon sine of alpha. Let us see another problem, dear student. Here is a pulley arrangement is given, right? Two-step pulley is given, and in this pulley, a weight is given. So the a pulley arrangement meant for hoisting purpose on weight W, and we have to find out the ratio between the force P and the W to acquire the equilibrium condition. And the radii of the two-step pulley are given R1 and R2 respectively. So here again friction we have to neglect. So again for solution we have to visualize here that when this pulley will rotate by this angle theta, what will happen to this load P and what will happen to this load W. So here when the pulley is given a small rotation by angle theta in the anti-clockwise order like this. So obviously this weight will be lifted, right? The pulley and the load will be lifted by R2 d theta magnitude, and the effort P will move down, right, by the magnitude R1 theta minus R2 theta. So again equating both the works, that work done by this pulley and work done by this force P, equating it to 0, we get the relationship between this P and the weight W. Again we have a simple mechanism, dear student, shown here in this figure, and we have to find out the value of the couple M required at point B, this point P, right, to acquire the equilibrium condition. Similar problem we have solved, dear student. I hope you can find out the relation easily and we can get the solution. So here you can see that let the height of E above B is Y, right? So this is the point E, and this height above we are considering as Y, and then let Y change by delta Y, and according to theta will be changed by delta theta, isn't it? This one will change vertically, and according to that this link will move by the angle with respect to this angular position, so del theta. So here both this will be in relationship with each other, right? As this one is changing, this one will also change. So That's why we have y is equal to L sine theta, since the length of each link is L. So vertical displacement is nothing but sine of this angle, right? So L sine theta, and del y is derivative of that, that is L cos theta del theta. Now equating again the work done, that is the force into displacement. So here at this particular point at B, we have m into del theta, and by this weight we have nothing but is W into del y. Now again sign convention, dear student, we have to understand that when this moment and the displacement of theta is in the same direction, that's why it is positive, and this displacement W is in the downward direction and the displacement will be in the opposite direction, upward direction, that's why it is negative. So by simplifying the problem and solving it, what we get, m is equal to PL cos theta. Similarly, there is another problem, dear student, that a link, bar and link mechanism is shown here, and it is given that we have to find out the relationship between this P and Q. So P and Q in the opposite direction forces are applied, right? And A, B, C, D are the points, pin joint points. Now here let us consider that it is having uniform length throughout. So AB is equal to CD is equal to BC, and that is equal to L. Now this end A will be slightly moving towards left, right? So this length will increase L plus delta L, right? Now since it is equally divided into three parts, so total length is 3 into delta L. Similarly, displacement at point C is equal to delta L, right? It will be having only one part only length, so that is equal to delta L. But of course, it will be moving in the opposite direction. So again, equating the work by force into this 3 delta L equal to Q into delta L. You can equate it, or you can give the sign convention, that opposite direction, so minus 1. And that is how in the next step, by simplifying, you will get the relationship as P is equal to Q plus 3. So in today's class, dear student, we have tried to understand the application of the virtual work, right, for solving the simple uh, everyday life problem. And we have seen that the solution is really in the condensed form, a very simple one, provided we understand the correlation between the applied forces and the displacement correctly. We have seen the exceptional cases that where we need to neglect the work done, right? And we have seen few of the numerical based on that principle, virtual work principle. So this is what, dear student, for today. See you in the next class. Till then, stay home, stay safe, take care, and goodbye.